Yo, YouTube, what is good? So welcome back to another Raw and Rapid review. And today we got one of the most intense movies I've seen in a while. This movie was something else. I've never seen a movie like this ever. It is very, very, very good, in my opinion. I just came out of theaters of seeing it. It's called Late Night with the Devil. And this movie is something else, man. Like, if you saw the trailers and thought, like, that shit doesn't look interesting at all, it just seems like some terrible production. You're just watch the movie. I'm telling you, the feel of this movie is insane. Like the way it's shot makes you feel like you're actually there witnessing it happen live. So if you guys don't know, this movie is about a late night like talk show host whose ratings are dropping really low. He's at risk of losing the show, and he needs to do like anything to get his ratings up pretty much. So what he does is he gets all of these like people who specialize in paranormal activity, like talking to devils and shit like that, hypnosis, and he gets them on the show, and he's like, we got to do something crazy to get our ratings up. Like this will be the best show ever, and it was definitely an interesting show. I'll tell you that. So yeah, this movie was just something else. Like that's I don't have any other words for it. It was so entertaining. Like the second I watched this, when I first saw the trailers and stuff, my dad was like, "Yo, want to go see this movie with me?" I was like, The trailers looked all right. The stuff online, I didn't know what I was walking into. I thought it would be kind of mid. Not gonna lie. But within the first 5 minutes, I was hooked. It gets you sucked right in, and it makes you feel like you're actually there witnessing like some found footage of like this late night talk show gone wrong. And it's the vibe it gives is so creepy. It makes you feel like you're watching this like late night talk show. Like it puts the whole way the movie is shot is like you're watching a talk show. It's in the same thing as like the box TVs back in the 70s. That's when this movie's placed in. And it's like it makes you just feel like you're just watching like Jimmy Fallon late at night or some shit. And it just slowly gets more and more intense. The shit just keeps building up, and it is just so engaging. It is such a captivating movie that I just didn't expect it at all from this movie. Obviously, like the story isn't the best. Like I said, the story is just this late night talk show host trying to get his ratings back up and stuff. But yeah, the story's not very good. The ending was kind of messy. The ending was good. I don't really fully understand it, but I'm not gonna get into spoilers here because this movie just came out, and I know a lot of people probably haven't seen it, so I don't want to get my spoilers out there. But I will just say the ending is kind of rough, and the story isn't the main point. The main part of this movie that I liked was just how unique it was and how captivating it was. It sucked me in, and I was just locked in. Like it, I was so engaged with this movie. It was insane. It was so intense. Like I literally like I wouldn't really say I was scared, but there were some parts in this movie that really freaked me out because it feels like you're watching like something that really happened. I know, like obviously I know it didn't happen, but like when watching it, that's just how you feel when you get sucked into it, and it feels so surreal. It's so cool, and it's just so creepy, you know. Um, like I said, with the story, the characters aren't the best either. The main guy is kind of cool, I guess. He has some good I wouldn't say writing, but there's some depth in there a little bit with like some stuff he did in his past and things like that. But yeah, overall, the characters aren't the best. But like I said, this movie is not for the characters. It's not for the amazing story or anything. It's just for how captivating it is and how intense it is to watch. Like I know I keep saying that same thing over and over again, but like I was so surprised by this movie. Like when I walked out of the theater, I was just my thoughts were just running. Like I was just like, dude, that was such a good movie. Like that was one of the most entertaining movies I've ever seen. And I definitely recommend you guys go see it if you haven't. It just came out in theaters, and yeah. I feel like there were some problems with this movie. Like obviously the visual effects weren't the best. The visual effects were kind of dog shit. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like there's an art to it because the movie is set in like the 60s to 70s, and I feel like they wanted to make you feel like how it was back in the day. Like the visual effects back in the day weren't that good, obviously. So when watching this movie, the visual effects are kind of bad, and you realize that, but like that's part of the art to it. I feel like it makes it feel more creepy in a way, which is just a really cool aspect, I think. I think that some things were executed poorly. I'm not like I said, I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but there's one section where they bring out the next guests, and they were just, I feel like they were just forcing it so much. Like the thing that was going on. You might understand what I'm saying when you watch it, but it felt like they were just forcing it. Like they were forcing you to. It was just making it so obvious that something was up, which is okay because I get it. Like that's just how it is. But it's just like when I'm watching it, I wanted it to be like kind of in the background. It slowly builds up. You're like, wait, like for example, the first person they brought out, it was kind of like, is this guy bugging? Is he tweaking, or is it like real? Like you don't know, and it just slowly builds up. But when this other group of guests come out, it's kind of obvious that something is wrong. You're like, bro, it's a little obvious, and it's just kind of annoys you a little bit. And the amount of annoyance I have for the main character is so high. Like I'm not gonna get into spoilers. I've said that a lot of times already, but the main character does some things in this movie where I'm just like, bro, you are stupid. Like literally, what are you doing? Like I feel like every horror movie has that where the main characters or characters are just doing the exact opposite of what you should do in a real life situation. But this guy's just next levels of dumb. He literally cares so much about his ratings and the success of his show that he'll go to some crazy extents. Another really cool aspect I liked about this movie is how they literally hypnotize you. I'm not even joking. The movie hypnotizes you into thinking you're seeing something when you really don't. Like obviously the movie does that on purpose. You're not really hallucinating, or you're not being hypnotized, but it makes you feel like that. Like when you're like, whoa, like I just got hypnotized by that, and it's so cool. It's like such a cool feeling. There's also another character, I forget his name, but he is just like the guy that's like, I will not believe anything. He's so against everything that's happening. He's just trying to prove a way out of it, trying to prove that it's just a hoax and not real. And I'm like, bro, shut the hell up. Like, do you not see what is happening right in front of you? I'm like, bro, there is literally shit going on that is not explainable. I guess he does kind of explain, but like still, I'm like, bro. And then even when shit's rough, he's like, nah, it's not real. I don't believe it. And I'm like, brother. Oh my gosh. And I also really think like the backstory stuff with like all the cults and everything like that, it was so creepy. Because I've seen other movies and stuff where they deal with cults, and that is like the creepiest part of a horror to me is when there's like a satanic cult like worshiping thing. And it gives such this eerie vibe to it that makes me feel like, I don't know, I just don't like that stuff in movies. I like it because it makes it more engaging, but it's like more creepy, I guess. And it was just very creepy. And like I said with the ending is just so confusing. Like when the ending sequence starts happening, like what is going on right now? You don't really know. And then when it's kind of revealed, you're like, okay, I get it, but I also don't get it. You know, there's a lot of movies like that, but this movie definitely does that as well. And the way the movie exits as well just makes it feel even more like you're watching some found footage type movie where you're like this really happened. Like it's a found footage of like a late night talk show gone wrong that you're just like seeing for the first time that's just resurfaced or something, and it's just such a cool feeling. I can't stress that enough. I don't know if maybe I'm just glazing too much. I probably am, but that's just how I feel about this movie, man. I just came out of theaters, so maybe my opinions are a bit too strong. I don't know, but I definitely will rewatch this movie in the future. And if you've not seen it, Late Night with the Devil, it is airing in theaters right now, and I should definitely recommend you go see it because this is a very unique movie. I've never seen a movie like this in my life. It's something that I feel like if you're a movie buff, a huge fan of movies, I don't know if you've seen a movie like this. I personally haven't, but it's just such a unique experience that I think you all should experience. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this review, I know it was kind of rush and I was kind of all over the place, but that I was just a jamble of my thoughts after seeing this movie. I thought it was really good. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below if you've seen the movie, your thoughts on it. And yeah, that's about it for this video, and I'll see you guys next one. Bye.